Hi all, I am Disha Shukla and welcome to the session. So in this session we are going to discuss about the GSM addresses and the identifiers. Now whenever you are using GSM for call setups and calling, so there are different addresses that are associated with it. You get the whole 10-digit number, but it has different values assigned to it and it has different identifiers with it. So those are called the GSM addresses and the identifiers. So moving further, the first thing that we have is the IMEI number, that is the International Mobile Station Equipment Identity. This is an important question. Again, it has been asked a lot of times in GTU, so please go through this. So the first GSM address and identifier includes the IMEI number. The International Mobile Station Equipment Identity looks more like a serial number which distinctively identifies a mobile station internationally. Now, this is something that every device has attached to it. You must be very much aware about the IMEI number that you have, that individual devices have the IMEI number. So this IMEI number is something that is distinctively identified internationally, and it has been combined using the different parts. So what are the different parts? So the first one is the type approved port, that is the TAC. So this is a 6 decimal place centrally assigned number. The next thing is the final assembly code, that is the FAC. Again, this is a 6 decimal digit, and it has been assigned by the manufacturer. Now all the manufacturer of the mobile equipment would be assigning the FAC, that is the final assembly code. The next thing is the serial number. Now this is a 6 decimal number again, and this is assigned by the manufacturer. Then we have a spare, that is SP, that is equal to, that is again of 1 decimal space. So the whole IMEI number is a combination of a TAC, an FAC, SNR and a SP. So TAC is again a type approval code that is centrally assigned. An FAC is a final assembly code that is assigned by the manufacturer. The SNR is the serial number, that is the 6-digit number that is assigned by the manufacturer again, and the SP is the spare. The next thing that we have here is the International Mobile Subscriber Identity, that is the IMSI number. So every registered user has an original international mobile subscriber's identity with a valid IMEI stored in their SIM, that is your SIM card, that is the subscriber's identity module. So this international mobile subscriber identity is the internationally recognized number along with that has a valid IMEI number and is actually stored in your SIM card. So the IMEI number is comprised of 3 different things. The first thing is the mobile country code. This is the MCC. It has 3 decimal places and it is an internationally standardized code. The next is the mobile network code. It is the MNC. Again, this is a 2 decimal code and for unique identification of the mobile network within the country. Each service provider has their own identification, and the unique identification, that is the MNC, that is the mobile network code. And the last thing is the mobile subscriber identity number, that is the MSIN number. So this is your actual telephone mobile number that you have, that is the maximum 10 decimal places identification number of the subscriber in the home mobile network. In your home mobile network, you would be this is the number that has been assigned to you, and it has 10 digits in it. So that is the MSIN. Again, the IMSI number is comprised of 3 things, that is the mobile country code, it has 3 decimal places, the mobile network code, it has the 2 decimal places, and it is assigned by the service provider, and the mobile subscriber's identification number, that is the MSIN, it is again a 10 decimal number and your actual telephone number that you have. So that is International Mobile Subscribers Identity, that is IMSI. Moving further, the third thing is the Mobile Subscribers ISDN number, that is MSISDN. So the authentication telephone number of a mobile station is the Mobile Subscribers ISDN number. So MS-ISDN number consists of the country code, the national destination code, and the subscriber's number. So the country code is up to 3 decimal numbers, that is CC. The national destination code, that is the NDC, is typically 2 to 3 decimal places, and the subscriber's number, that is the SN, is maximum of the 10 decimal places. This is MS-ISDN number, that is the mobile subscribers ISDN number. The fourth thing is the mobile station roaming number. Now MSRN, mobile station roaming number, is an interim location determined ISDN number that is assigned to a mobile station by a regularly responsible visitor location register. So using the MSRN, the incoming calls are channeled to the MS. So whenever the user is not present in its own home location, so its value will be placed in the visitor's location. So the visitor cell or the visitor network will assign a roaming number to it, and that is called the mobile station roaming number, or the MSRN. The MSRN number has a structure that consists of the country code, again the national destination code, and the subscriber's number. It is similar to the MS-ISDN number. The country code of the visited network, the national destination code of the visited network, and the subscriber's number in the, that is the current mobile number, current mobile network. Okay, that is the MSRN. So the fifth type is here the temporary mobile subscribers identity, that is the TMSI. So now the VLR, which is responsible for the current location of a subscriber, it assigns a temporary mobile subscribers identity, that is the TMSI. It only which has only the local significance in the area handled by the VLR. All the area that is handled by the VLR, only in that particular location the TMSI will be valid. So these are the different types of the addresses and the identifiers that are used along with the GSM. The first one was IMEI, then was IMSI, then it was MS-ISDN, then the fourth one was MSRN, and the fifth is the TMSI. This is an important question, as I already told you. Now if you have any questions in this, you can ask me. Until then, keep learning.